The members of Sister Nivedita house present before you the inventions of the East that was not known to the West before the 15th century. Many technological, social, and cultural developments have taken place during this era. Many of these inventions are a huge helping hand in today's world. The invention of zero. The first recorded zero appeared in Mesopotamia around 3 BC. The Mayans invented it independently in 4 AD. It was later devised in India in the middle 5th century, spread to Cambodia near the end of the 7th century, and into China and the Islamic countries at the end of the 8th. Zero reached Western Europe in the 12th century. Who invented zero? Aryabhatta is the first of the great astronomers of the classical age of India. He was born in 476 AD in Ashmaka but later lived in Kushumapura, which his commentator Bhaskara I identifies with Patliputra, modern Patna. Aryabhatta gave the world the digit zero, for which he became immortal. His book, the Aryabhatiya, presented astronomical and mathematical theories in which the earth was taken to be spinning on its axis, and the periods of the planets were given with respect to the sun. In other words, it was heliocentric. The book is divided into 4 chapters: the astronomical constants and the sign table mathematics required for computations, division of time, and rules for computing the longitudes of planets using eccentrics and epicycles. The armillary sphere, rules relating to problems of trigonometry and the computation of eclipses. A small dot on an old piece of birch bark marks one of the biggest events in the history of mathematics. The bark is actually a part of an ancient Indian mathematical document known as the Bakshali manuscript, and the dot is the first known recorded use of the number zero. Today, it's difficult to imagine how you could have mathematics without zero. In a positional number system such as the decimal system we use now, the location of a digit is really important. Indeed, the real difference between 100 and 10 lakh is where the digit 1 is located with the symbol of 0 serving as a punctuation mark. The invention of zero immensely simplified computations, freeing mathematicians to develop vital mathematical disciplines such as algebra and calculus, and eventually the basis for computers.
Invention of papyrus. Papyrus was first manufactured in Egypt as far back 4th millennium BCE. The earliest archaeological evidence of papyrus were excavated in 2012 and 13 at an ancient Egyptian harbor on Red Coast, and now how it was made. Papyrus plant was long cultivated in the Nile Delta region in Egypt. It was collected for its stalk, whose central bed was cut into thin strips, brushed together, and then dried in the sun to form smooth, thin writing surface. There are many uses of papyrus. Egyptians thought of making boats while papyrus, but it did not work since papyrus absorbs water. The papyrus was the life to the Egyptians. It made everything like chairs, mattress, medicine, perfumes, and many more. It is believed that papyrus was an important gift of the Nile.
Invention of wheel. Evidences suggest that the wheel was invented around 3500 BC in Mesopotamia in the Middle East. Earlier, they used cylindrical tree trunks to move heavy things. Seeing this, someone thought that making a wooden circle with axes would make it easier to move carts and objects. Therefore, with the same concept, the potter's wheel was made, and also the carts and carriages were built. The first wheel along with axle was made in Europe. It was invented 5,500 years ago in the Middle East, which was not known to the people in the West. Invention of kite. The kite was first said to be the invention of the 5th century BC Chinese philosophers Mozi and Lu. The kite that you see today was invented over 1,000 of years ago and was not known in the West. Now let's see how the kites were actually discovered and what were its uses in the olden days. Legends say that the inspiration for kites was a wooden bird flying all day. It is said that people were inspired by a hat blown off by the wind and invented kites. It is also said that in the olden days, kites were made up of ox hide. It was made to warn off enemies. They also wrote important messages on kite and sent them to their troops. So now we know about the invention of kite and also its uses. Sister Nivedita House is thankful for watching.